Ensema kosono niwa he ena wati bi ana dia oti no se masan so asana sibiu mede nia trend sisia ena bro na jese ewuza for monsem emma yan kasa yen education minister Dr. Yao Osei Edichum ewuza for waya di pa wati Ghana enim wama Ghana enim abenyam hwe oman Ghana ye wade oyo ye wanyama pa ewo oman Ghana especially MPP aban no eka say they have the men, and indeed the men are really working for Ghana. Now here come so their any na shocking history where a history can see a pa Dr. Yao say Edichum aide ameki ewo oman Ghana wetimi edi Ghana edru baby a na Ghana yendwin say we kwakodro na ni na ene say Dr. Yao say Edichum oye education minister na say ohwe adisuan so ewo oman Ghana mu no aide oma appointing no say onko lead a team mi ewo eye education in Africa. It's Africa nyina all the 54 countries in Africa no Dr. Yao say Edichum no ya paw no say onka team no na omuntimi emwa emma education ewo Africa no enye de enko ninim enunti ena ye bisa say is this not a good news ana na we nyina say education system ewo oman Ghana mu no is really doing well under Dr. Yao say Edichum. In fact wa bono modin ye pa odi enyama bebre aba oman Ghana mu enyasem keto a say mampenyi really appointed a good person to lead our education system ewo oman Ghana mu ti ye come say Ghana's minister makes history. Edichum appointed to lead a team of experts to reform education in Africa. They want them to reform education in Africa. Sasa ni na ye ni say Africa the education system ni nya crack uko school theory yes uko K3 school bebuza for ube kono practicals ne ka bi theory bebre into be wie no kana afei ena kwakwaya attachment nti e was say omotivation kwaro for chroma omo education system no chese so different from that in Africa and no say say omo kase education system ewo Africa ewo Ghana no no they have to relook at it, they have to reform it. Of course we can embrace diversity and we have to embrace change as well. And Africa leaders no more nyina no atona say and we said Dr. Yao say Edichum no oye minister for education ewo man Ghana mu no obi obetimi aboa amasa reform we aide akoso ewo Africa nti yet was so say the minister for education Dr. Yao say Edichum has been appointed by the African Union AU to lead a team of experts to reform education in Africa. The chairman of the AU Educational Committee, Mr. Olusegun, former president of Nigeria, announced the new role of Dr. Edichum in Accra. I was there for 80 hello no. So the occasion was a fundamental learning conference organized by Human Capital Africa in Accra. The former Nigerian leader explained that Ghana's education minister was chosen to lead a team of experts because of his vast experience and understanding of global education systems. This, according to him, would help the team come out with a blueprint for Africa to get the best education that will help fight poverty and promote the development of the various countries. And for wow, this is so good. This is good news. I'm so happy for Dr. Yao say Edichum say because just look at the number of countries in Africa, 54 countries. Until before you and say be ye bibino and be di or mine in African continent no enim. Not just say it was so we name the Adrian pa say we have so much experience. Now we have so much experience and now what would they use to rate your experience na enujina ejuma why so na say near all year e various countries nto me say o matena say we say Dr. Yao say Edichum no aba no modi ye pa education system mu man Ghana won tell people before buy no o mo kwa no mo sesa kokonteni abenkwa ye nkola hye private school sata ade no e for sometimes o sha enye kra na mo say mo private schools no na omo sa church also no we say o she kokonteni abenkwa unim hwe wabon say ba enne Kobonteni abenkwan no every system ni mo anka so mo di new one abe eno eye eno so ede ameniji aba ho enti se ena akola no ko public school grana neni age esanse ni school uniform no will not make him or her inferior eno ena hwese ye ka se wo hwe sa ehihye we nyina a doctor ya o se di twum ede egu akwemu o chese o wa adwempa ede ma o my Ghana native vet aba TVET programs de more ye and no STEM ni nyina eye under education minister ya o se edichum enunti e no mo se o mo warehemu e wani mu se ye de ne cancer team no one obetimi aboa ama Africa no ye education na perspective enkofo ewo Africa's education no sa perspective ni na sorry ebe yera na omenya new one ewo eye Africa home inti year 2 in 7 so the former president Obasanjo stated that since education was about life and death, there was the need for the leadership of Africa to attend to it as a lifelong issue and not a short term. Education can make you or unmake you, believe it or not. And yes, education is the key to success. He indicated that countries that do not take the issue of education seriously will find it difficult to transform their economies as well as fight poverty among their people. I now understand His Excellency Nana Addo for introducing free SHS, because a lot of people tend to drop out of school after the junior high school level because they are not able to afford the secondary cycle. And another thing who say it was a sad obia etiminya access to the second cycle not of focus in him. ANTSA, a country without good education, tends to be very poor. Ebusia for no one no enti mampenyi afena matenas ni entia oje education no esi ni so no Obasanjo praised Ghana for the various interventions and initiatives put in place by the education ministry that are gradually shaping its economy and improving its educational outcomes. He challenged African countries to take a keen interest in the welfare of their teachers by paying them well. Of course, teachers are not being paid well. That is one thing that is on my heart. I should show for baby na ura classroom. Now because someone the person you teacher, you just get a handful raising their hands, showing interest in that kind of occupation because they believe that if you're a teacher, they don't really regard. Meanwhile, they are the ones doing the work. Before you can become a nurse, you need to go through a teacher. Before you can become a doctor, you need to go through a teacher. And so four parts and now be now ubi so why no be so a teacher. Just 1 or 2 people be paid and a member so yes say it was so much at church for neka. Say church for my ganimu. Eddie pay papa. And I was for and but almost all teachers should be paid very, very well, and also creating an enabling environment for them to operate effectively towards empowering their students with the requisite knowledge that will shape their understanding. Dr. Educhum, responding to a question during a panel discussion, stated that there was the need for Africa to have an education strategic plan to improve upon the sector. He explained that such a strategic plan would be able to help with a specific approach to individual nations, while some could emulate the best practices of countries doing well. The education minister was optimistic that if all African countries come together to discuss their specific needs, it will be easy to group them for strategic planning and appropriate solutions prescribed for them. The founder and executive officer of Human Capital Africa reminded the leadership of Africa that it was time they took a critical look at fundamental learning, which was very critical to the continent to achieve quality education. I was therefore where the medium esi eya de say or say educhum ye no say onko katim ho na omumwa ema Africa education no entimi and reform. So betimi ayejuma na for comments no ever comment section na menjebre enkinkan emo aha Ghana tube so wonderful snowing. I was therefore sisi ade makram.